In this video, we'll learn how to represent and visualize vectors. In mathematics, a vector is a quantity that has both direction and magnitude. Vectors can be represented using arrows on a graph called Cartesian plane. The Cartesian plane is made up of two perpendicular lines, the x-axis and the y-axis. In the Cartesian plane, the point where the x-axis and the y-axis intersect is called as origin, and it is often labeled as 0, 0. To represent a vector on the Cartesian plane, we draw an arrow that starts at the origin and ends at a point that represents the vector's direction and magnitude. The magnitude of a vector is the length of the arrow, and the direction is indicated by the angle between the arrow and the positive x-axis, and it is measured counterclockwise from this positive x-axis. For example, let us say we have a vector v. This vector v starts at the origin and ends at the point 3, 4. We can represent this vector as an arrow on the Cartesian plane that starts at the origin and ends at point 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our vector v. The magnitude of vector v is the length of the arrow, which can be found using the distance formula or the Pythagorean theorem, which is d equals square root of x squared plus y squared. So the magnitude of the vector v is the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared, which is equal to square root of 9 plus 16, which is equal to square root of 25. That gives us 5. 5 is the magnitude of our vector v. So we can represent this vector as an arrow with a magnitude of 5 and a direction of 53 degrees measured counterclockwise from this positive x-axis. Now, in real-life situations, vectors are used in many fields such as physics, engineering, and computer graphics. In physics, vectors are used to represent forces and velocities. In engineering, vectors are used to represent the forces acting on structures. In computer graphics, vectors are used to represent the movement of objects. By understanding vectors, you'll be able to better understand the world around you. Vectors are all around us, from the movement of animals and people to the forces that act on objects. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.